Welcome to Ed Fluential Sports, where passion meets precision. As I'm your host, Ed, diving deep into the plays, players, and stories shaping the game. And like I said, more golf content throughout the year. So we report wrapped up yesterday afternoon, I think. Yeah, because I had watched it back later in that day. Just finished it up not too long ago, but not finished it yesterday. Yeah, the LIV Golf Singapore fun tournament. I think this was more chaotic than the last one, the Hong Kong tournament that I broke down last Monday. No, it's really entertaining and double upload for anybody that's interested. So LIV Golf this morning, then an AEW Revolution recap will be out later in the day, sometime this afternoon. But to get to LIV Golf Singapore, round one, Richard Lee, he had an insane shot that was for hole three. I forgot where he was. He was buried somewhere deep. It was in like one of the pits, I think, but he was able to get out of that and had great, a really great shot. John Rahm had a rough start, but his finish was amazing. I was surprised with his finish, with him finishing first after round one, but it was insane. So his from his start to where he ended up finishing, that was really impressive. Um, and Uo Tazan, if I'm saying that right. His name is Osthuizan or something like that. But he was able to battle to the top like midway through the game, midway through round one, and then the round one was really competitive. You had three guys tied for first. You had John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, and Lee Westwood all tied at first place with a -4, and then you had Richard T. Lee at a -3. And actually, you had eight players tied with a -3. Richard T. Lee was one of them at a -3. They're all tied for that fourth spot. So that covers round one. Then you had round two, which was round two was crazy because Bryson DeChambeau, he was able to break away, be the first one in double digits, get to a -10. So he was having a really great run throughout the tournament. And so he went crazy in round two. Meanwhile, it was still a five-way tie for second place with John Rahm, Thomas Detry, Luis Osteensen, Richard G. Lee, and Lee Westwood all at a -7. And so even though they was all tied for second, Bryson was starting to break away, which we hadn't seen in the first round. Nobody was truly able to break away by a few points. But he had John Rahm has really solid shots that got him the tiebreaker advantage in that throughout round two. But round two was mainly them going off, so they was going crazy for that top six. So that and then you get to round three. You got Luis. He had a shot. He had a really bad shot that got him to the pit, and it was just a rough day for him in round three. So he fell down a little bit. He got stuck in the pit twice. The battle for the top 10 was still insane, and there was more guys that was going crazy. And then Bryson DeChambeau actually fell. He went from a -10 to a -9, and Joaquin Neiman was able to, and Lee Westwood ended up rising to a -10. So nobody truly broke away. Nobody got to like a 13, 14 by round three, which I was expecting, but we didn't see that. Like I said, LIV Golf Hong Kong was such an anomaly with two guys getting to a -20 because that was just epic performances. And then in this one by round three, it's nowhere close. Nobody's even close to getting that like they were in the last tournament. The Chumbe, he got stuck at a -10 for most of the day until he fell to a -9 with a really bad swing late. Joaquin Neiman had a really good day. And then four of the teams that was playing, they all ended up with double-digit points, about a whole 11, I think. Nobody gained the true edge. Joaquin Neiman was in first. Him and Lee Westwood was tied at first with a -9. Bryson and Chumbe, Richard T. Lee was tied at second with a -9. Then John Rahm had fifth place locked down with a -7. But then you get to the final round, you get to round four yesterday, and you get to round four yesterday. You got six teams that reached double digits at this point, so all the teams are going crazy because the players are in teams too, so it's team points involved too. So that was dope. And then this was a really good day for a lot of people. Joaquin Neiman, um, Joaquin Neiman actually fell. He didn't capitalize off his momentum from round three. John Rahm, he didn't capitalize. He stayed in the same spot basically. Like he rose a little bit, but John Rahm didn't do nothing crazy in this fourth round. Richard T. Lee was able to move up, so he got the first at one point. So then you had third place. You had Lee Westwood finishing at third with a -12. Joaquin Neiman finishing at fourth with a -11, and John Rahm finishing fifth with a -10. And so meanwhile, that's Westwood, he had a really bad curve at one point that was early in the game, which affected him throughout this last round. Had multiple guys to get into double digits within that top 10, but then these were the five that truly broke away and to stay that stayed in that double digit spot. Then the top two, I know y'all didn't hear me mention that. The top two was Richard T. Lee and Bryson Shumbay. They had the same score. They both had a -14, so they had to go into the playoff polls. So that means whoever got less swings will win. And it was 5 swings for Richard T. Lee, I think, and 4 for Bryson and Shumbay. So they both finished with a -14 because the playoff round, that don't count to the total score. It's just who won it, kind of like in hockey, how to do the shootout. So Bryson and Shumbay ended up winning. And him and Richard T. Lee had the highest scores, but Bryson and Chumbi ended up winning LIV Golf Singapore. So congratulations to him. That was a fun tournament. Like I said, Hong Kong was such an anomaly of how good it was. With guys finishing -20, -23, -17. Like that was an insane tournament. Now Singapore still delivered. Wasn't as good as the Hong Kong tournament, but it was insane. It was really fun to watch, and Bryson and Chumbe came away with the win. So congratulations to him on winning LIV Golf Singapore 2026. Make sure y'all leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts on LIV Golf Singapore, and share for others to see. Peace.